Welcome to Time Warner Cable's local edition. My name is Brad Pomerance, and we are joined by Coby King. He is the chairman of the board of the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, known as VICA, which is what?
Brad, good to be here.
Thank you.
VICA is as you say, the Valley Industry and Commerce Association. It's one of the oldest business advocacy organizations in the San Fernando Valley. We've been there since 1948.
And there is no doubt that the Valley, if it were its own entity, would be quite an economic engine.
It would be the 6th largest city in the entire United States of America, Brad.
There you have it.
1.6 million people in the Valley.
So let's talk about what VICA is doing to try to continue to build that economic engine. And when we look at the Valley, of course, it's part of the city of Los Angeles. There's the question of business tax reform and just generally being business friendly. I know there have been efforts in the past, but VICA's working to continue those business friendly efforts.
VICA has been one of the leaders in reducing taxation in the Valley. The city of Los Angeles has something called the gross receipts tax.
Yes.
It's kind of an unfair tax because it's not really an income tax or a profit tax. It's whatever revenue you generate, the city taxes it. And because of that gross receipts tax, we're not really competitive with a number of the surrounding jurisdictions, and it's just an extra burden on business.
And I know that in the last decade, there were exceptions passed for the gross receipts tax, specifically for entertainment and other areas, but it still can be pretty complicated. You look at that form.
It is. It's a complicated tax to fill out, and it really is a significant barrier to new business and a significant barrier to Los Angeles retaining business.
At the same time, if that tax is eliminated, that's a hit on the budget.
It is.
And so how do you create a scenario whereby you eliminate the tax but not have such a great hit on fiscal matters?
Well, the mayor Garcetti, who worked on this issue when he was on the council, has agreed with VICA and a number of other business organizations that it ought to be phased out over, say, 20 years. And the idea is that over the course of that 20 years, you'd be able to backfill the tax, partly with growth and partly with other measures.
At the same time, we think about the Valley and we think about the tremendous contributions of the entertainment industry. We know that entertainment has been fleeing the entire region because of tax credits in North Carolina, Canada, wherever it may be, in New York. I know that the VICA is working diligently, and you at the helm, to try to reinvest in entertainment and get another tax credit passed.
Brad, runaway production is a huge problem. And a lot of people think that runaway production is something that affects the stars or the big executives, but the truth of the matter is the real people who are affected are the below-the-line people, the people behind the camera, the people who build the sets, who run the lights. And it's because of that, and because of these are really good jobs, that VICA, along with other organizations, has been pushing the state of California to match some of those tax credits that you've mentioned.
But how do you talk to folks in North State, assembly members, senators, who think that this is just corporate welfare for Hollywood?
Well, as I said, it's not corporate welfare for Hollywood. The executives and the stars, they're going to make money whether they're filming in New York, North Carolina, Canada, or California. The point is we have to retain these really important below-the-line jobs, and the only way to do it is to be competitive.
The San Fernando Valley, where I grew up, has become quite congested. You drive on the 101, it is a challenge. In our final moments, what is VICA doing to ease that burden?
Brad, one of the things I want to leave with your listeners is that the Valley is not the Valley of 25 years ago with just single-family homes and a bunch of white people. The truth is we have a very large transit-dependent population. If the Valley was its own city, it would be the only one of, say, the top 15 or 20 cities in the country that didn't have its own rail system. So we're really focused on bringing additional dollars into the Valley in order to build rail systems.
Will you come back and talk about that? There's a big move to pass or get past another tax measure, which requires a 2/3 vote, but we'll talk about that next time.
I would love to come back.
Okay, his name is Coby King. He is the chairman of the board of VICA. My name is Brad Pomerance, and we thank you so much for watching Time Warner Cable's local edition.